Hello everyone, this is Sodhi from CAAN Wings Consultants Private Limited. Welcome to the weekly YouTube session. Today I'll be talking to you about one of the major concerns a lot of clients have. And the concern I'm talking about is about the processing times for the Australia skilled migrant visas, both the ones that have been lodged as well as the ones that are yet to be lodged. We've been getting a lot of questions from clients asking whether the the Department of Home Affairs in Australia is currently processing the lodged applications or not, and what would be the tentative processing times for the applications that are yet to be lodged. So I'm going to share with you an update that was issued by the Department of Home Affairs on 18th of December regarding the current processing times for all the visas. I have picked up a few subclasses that particularly concern the applicants whom we assist for the visas, and I'm going to be sharing the time frames advised by the Home Affairs. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about the subclass 189 visa. For the subclass 189, of course, you know that this is a visa for which the occupation has to be on the MLTSSL, and this occupation usually requires a higher point score, and it's routed through the invitation. I mean, the Immigration Department issues invitations to those who have applied for 189. And this is a visa where no nomination is involved. So the processing time for subclass 189 is about 5 months to 18 months. So we see a huge gap there. So about 75% applications are expected to be processed in 5 months, whereas 90% of the applications are usually processed in about 18 months. So please, if you're applying for a 189 visa, do keep this time frame in mind. Do not expect wonders to happen. Be prepared that it could take up to 1.5 years for the visa to be processed after the day you lodge your application with the Department of Home Affairs. The next subclass I'm going to talk about is subclass 190. That's a state territory nominated visa. So the visa processing time for this visa is anything from 10 months to 13 months. So please bear in mind here, when I say visa processing time, I'm not talking about the entire process. This does not include the time you spent in getting a positive skills assessment. This does not include the time you spent in getting a nomination under 190 from a respective state. This simply refers to the date on which your visa application is lodged with the DHA, your medicals are done and everything. From that date onwards, it will take around 10 to 13 months for subclass 190 visa. Then I'm going to talk about the subclass 491 visa, and as you're aware, there are two kinds of 491 visas. One is a state and territory nominated, and the other is a 491 relative sponsored. So for the 491 relative sponsored visa, the processing time is about 9 months, but for the subclass 491 state nominated visa, the processing time is anything between 5 months to 7 months. So if you really look at all the three subclasses, that is subclass 189, 190 and 491 both relative sponsored and state sponsored, it is very clear that 491 state sponsored is the visa that is fastest to get, and as I've also shared in some of my previous videos, this is called a priority visa. And it is evident from the fact that the Immigration Department takes around 5 to 7 months only to give out a decision on 491 state nominated visas, therefore justifying how this is indeed a priority visa. Now, this was the information about the visas that you're going to be applying for. A lot of clients have been asking us about the visas that have been already lodged, and particularly about the subclass 489 visa. So 489 visa was a visa that was later on replaced by 491. So as on today, the 489 visa no longer exists, but yes, there are thousands of applicants who have already lodged their visa application for 489, and they are kind of wondering what's going on. They're not getting any updates on their visa applications. The immigration department has probably not contacted them for requesting any further documentation, and obviously they are feeling in a state of limbo. So yes, I would like to say that we have seen a state of stagnation for quite some time, obviously because of the COVID pandemic situation. To be very honest with you, what I've seen is that perhaps from February till November end, there has been no movement in terms of processing the visas for those who've already lodged the applications. But yes, we did see a lot of activity from December onwards. For example, the partner migrant visa, we did have medicals coming through for those. We've had some case officer allocations for 491 visas. So yes, there has been a movement from December onwards, and the information we have for 489 as of now is that currently there are no processing times available. Now this does not mean that the immigration department is not processing the 489 visas. This simply means that they are not able to comment on the tentative processing time for this visa. And I do apprehend that it could take a little longer for 489 applications to be processed. Definitely, though it has been replaced by 491 visa, it's not going to be finalized as quickly as 491 visas are going to be finalized. So I think those who've applied for 489 visas may have to wait for some time for the visas to be finalized. Now, some of the concerns that clients do have regarding their applications while their visa applications have been lodged and they've not really heard from the immigration department as such. And some of the concerns are that our IELTS would be expiring, or IELTS has expired while we are awaiting a decision, or let's say in case there's any kind of change in the rules, which hasn't been any. This is something that they're just imagining that in case it happens. Or there are some clients who are losing points because of age. For example, somebody had lodged an application for 489 or some other visa while they were below 40, or let's say below 45, and now since the application is in process, they haven't really heard about the decision on their application. Maybe they've turned 41 or they've turned 46, let's say. So how will that impact their application? So please let me assure you here that once you get an invitation to apply for a visa, your profile freezes at that time. So any kind of change after that, whether you're turning 41 or you're turning 40 or you're turning 46, or your medicals, the rules have changed, or your IELTS or PTE score has expired after that, has no bearing on your case whatsoever. That is not going to affect your chances. Since your case had been frozen on the day you got an invitation to apply for a visa, even if any of the factors change, or let's say even if your employment, you get more points for your employment, that is also not going to make any effect on your visa application. So rest assured, the only problem here is that yes, there is going to be a waiting period which you have to deal with, but other than that, you don't have to worry about any impact of any changed circumstances as such. And one popular question in the end I'd like to take up with you is that for those of you who've been waiting and probably their PCC has expired, or it's been really a while since they underwent their medical examinations or health undertakings, clients would like to know whether they should repeat their medical tests, or whether they should get their police clearance certificates reissued. So my answer to that is a clear no, unless and until the immigration department asks you to explicitly get it done. Please do not go ahead and get your medicals done again or your police clearance reissued. You will have to undergo this once the immigration department sends you a request letter asking for the same. So that is it for today. I hope this update was useful. In case you have any questions related to the applications that have been lodged, and of course more so for those of you who are planning to apply and would like to first of all get started with the eligibility assessment, please send us your CVs on caanwings@gmail.com, that is CAANWINGS@gmail.com, or give us a call on 78498. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Until next time, goodbye and take care.